Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Starlight. Welcome. If this is your first time, I just want to welcome you. Say hello to all of you beautiful souls out there. And I hope that some of you, or all of you really, were able to get out. It's such a beautiful time of the year, at least in my area. I don't know about yours. So I want to reach out to all of you and see how you are doing. Make sure you're taking really good care of yourself, and not only yourself but your family. Or if you are married, make sure you're being kind to your loved ones. Be grateful that you have one. Not everybody is so blessed to like have a husband or a wife or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. There's a lot of single people out there that would love to be in your shoes. So anyway, and don't forget your little ones, your kids, and not only your kids, but your pets. Don't forget about them. They are part of your family too. So anyway, welcome. And I will, just to let you know, I did a lot of hiking today, so I will be having some videos out. And I'm so excited. I was already looking at some of the pictures I took, so I do have some beautiful pictures of me, of course, out there in nature. So I will be putting some of those out there somewhere, maybe on Facebook and Instagram. So if you want to check those pictures out, you're going to have to go out on Facebook or Instagram. And if you go on Instagram, that is at 1995 Starlight. Or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So those are two ways. And if you can always like my video, and you could share. And not only you could share, you could subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell. That way then you don't miss a video. And anyway, today when I drove out to this beautiful hiking place, is that I came up with a title, and hopefully it will work when I put it on YouTube. Hopefully somebody already came up with something similar to my title. Is really it's about paying attention. I don't know how observant you are, but like today I was hiking, and when it comes to being in the woods, I'm very observant. If there's an animal crawling around, I'll find it, and I got lucky. I don't really like using that word lucky, but I did spot a couple deer, out of the blue. There they were. So, and not only a couple deer, is a nice little snake. I don't think it went on the video because, I was trying to capture it on video, but I didn't want to scare it. It's the time that they come out now, like after getting through the winter months and stuff. So anyway, yeah, please, you gotta pay attention. And you're probably wondering, pay attention to what? Aha, see, now I try to tease you a little bit in my videos to let you know that I was having this name of the title. And my hair, I got the curly cues hair here. But yeah, so pay attention, because what I've noticed, there's a lot of videos out there about the numbers, like 1111, 1212, like I get 1010 a lot. And today, guess what? On my way for driving to the hiking trail, and on the way back, I seen 3 times in one day the 333. So this is what I'm letting you know. You might think, these numbers never pop up. It's probably because you're not really paying attention. They are there. They are all over. So these are different places that you can find these numbers. When you're driving around, like really pay attention to the license plates, the person in front of you, or like as you're driving down the street, like somebody might be parked on the side of the road on your street maybe, which I did find that twice today on 2 different sides of my street. And then later on when I was driving somewhere, somebody, hey, there's the 333, so you really do, you got to pay attention. Is that I should have brought these glasses in here with me, but I don't have anything handy right now. But I do have a special pair of glasses, they're my virtual reality glasses, where you can see things differently, and then you take them off and then everything goes back to normal. I really would like a real pair of those, to see what's really in front of you, because you only can see a little percent with your eyes, and the doctors know this stuff. I did talk to my therapist about this years ago, and it is kind of funny with a lot of different professions out there. They always act like they're stupid. They act like they don't know anything, or whatever. Doctors will act like they don't know anything. Cops, they do the same freaking shit. I hate to say that, but they do. They always, everybody, your therapist or, your doctors, a lot of times they have answers, and they know stuff, and they don't want to tell you about it. Like doctors, they don't really want to let you know what they know, because then they wouldn't make as much money, if they told you everything that they knew, instead of giving you medications all the time, and trying to pump your system up and making money out of those medications. And with cops, they do the same thing. If they have that saying, I'm not sure, but if you don't know the laws, you're kind of screwed, and that's what they do. They play games with people. They're actors and actresses, because there's female cops out there too. It's not just male officers out there. There's a lot of females out there too. And what they do is that they test you out to see, do you know your laws? And and doctors and therapists, they do the same thing. I'll talk to my therapist. I've been talking to her for years, and I fired her. And I got her back. I got the same therapist because she was playing, the same games that the hospital was doing, and that's trying to trigger me, So I kind of got rid of her, but the reason why I have her back now is because she knows so much about me. I didn't want to start all off with a new therapist that don't know crap about me, and it's like, then it's like, you don't know me at all, and that's the hard part about having a therapist, and find a good one, is that, they know stuff, I told my therapist years, even the doctors, about the full moons and all that, and they looked at me like I had 3 heads, like I was the alien. Yeah, I am. So, it is really important, like, I was saying, like, with, reality and stuff like that, it's kind of like when you don't have good vision, and then you go to the eye doctor, and before, like, everything's kind of a blur, like, and this happens to me too, and I got to be careful what I say. I don't want to say the wrong stuff, because it could make things worse if I say the wrong thing, where I'm surprised, I don't even know what year it was, but I noticed that I couldn't read the labels on my medication bottles, or even a headache pills, like to see, how many am I supposed to take? Oops, sorry. I hope I don't start hiccuping the whole video. So anyway, so yeah, and then I went to my eye doctor, like to see what they can do and help me out with a pair of glasses, so then I can actually see those labels, and why do they make labels so small? Really, sometimes I see that print, and here I even have my glasses on, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. They should really have something different for the labels for people. Maybe they can have it folded and taped on there, so you could just easily peel it off and then open it up, and it can be easy to read. I always come up with ideals all the time. I'm like, if you got a problem, tell me about it. I could probably solve it for you. Like I'm a thinker. So anyway, with that, it's like putting your glasses on when the doctor figures out the kind that you need, so you can see better. And then you're like, wow, look at this. I can read this little label. I don't have anything handy right now, like, to read. Let me see. Oh, yeah, there's some really tiny print there. Let's see if the, whoops, it's, see, it's all blur. I love this stuff. I gotta put some on now. Let's see, this is Muscle Relief. I love oils. I did have, smells so nice. I do have another one. It's actually, this one I used all up, Protection. Oops, can't even read it. Yeah, so somebody gave me these. They weren't using them. I'm like, hey, I'll use those. They smell nice. Sorry about that. I just couldn't help myself. I love to have different stuff on me, but I have to, I don't know, like when I finally get hooked up, I don't want to say hooked up, because it's not what it is. It's funny with that, like smelly stuff. If, some people are into smelly stuff and some people are not. Me, I'm a big cologne freak. You put cologne on me, I mean on you, not on me, but man, I'd be like, woo! So yeah, I'm very sensitive to smells, So anyway, back to, I'm getting off track a little bit here. So yeah, with your eyes, like I do have a pair of special glasses that my eye doctor gave me, and it's for driving, and part of it's for driving when I drive my car so I can see signs closer, and also for reading, so it's got a little line across on the lens. So when I do wear them, especially if I'm driving at night, I'm like, wow, what a difference, I'm amazed. So really, I had those numbers popping up a long time ago, and they don't always have to be like 10, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 1, 1, 1, and 2, 2, 2, like it's really numbers that you keep on seeing repeatedly. That's what's important. The numbers that keep on coming up, and recently I was getting 825, and that's my birthday, I'm like, hey, it's my birthday. So yeah, I love that time of year also, being my birthday, but you really do, you got to really pay attention what's around you in life. It is kind of funny. I do want to bring this up really quick. This has nothing to do with numbers, but kind of was about dreams, how like whatever you go through in today, right? Okay, and then like I had dreams last night. I didn't study them yet because this morning I was so excited to go hiking. So I wrote down those dreams. I know there was sidewalk chalk. Say that 3 times 5. I can't even talk. So yeah, so there was some sidewalk chalk. And so anyway, the last time I went out to this hiking trail, it reminded me of a dream. And then it reminded me of a saying that they had, like little kids have this saying, and I always thought it was a stupid joke, and I thought I knew what it meant, it was so stupid. It's one of those stupid things that you're like, that's so stupid, but everybody laughs about it. And you ready to hear? So it is, I'm not going to tell you yet, but I'm just going to tell you, and you'll figure it out as I'm telling you, is, so the last time I went for the hiking trip, I think it was on my way to the hiking trip or on my way back home, one way or another. And I actually I was surprised. I'm like, oh wow, look at that. There was 2 chickens crossing the road. Like at a house on a farm somewhere. On the country roads where I was traveling. And it really made me think of a dream I had. I wrote it down in my dream book, and I had a dream a while back, and it really had to do with what was going on in that day to bring up that dream. So whatever I went through today, from the very beginning, and the thoughts that I have, the things that I seen all through the day, like, whatever. It is really neat with dreams how, like, like you might see something like that day. I seen 2 chickens, and I had to slow down because they were crossing the road. So the little joke is why did the chicken cross the road? So when I was a kid hearing that, I'm like, to get to the other side. But a lot of, I didn't realize this until I looked up that dream, is why did like, because when when I had the dream a while back, I was thinking, there was two chickens that were, or chicken. It was one chicken, that's right. I just seen two. So it was one chicken crossing the road. And when I seen it, I was going to help it out. But something happened in the dream where I wasn't able to help it out at the time. And it's a sad story, though. It's a sad dream. So when I did look up, what does it mean when you see a chicken? And then I was thinking of that silly joke about why did the chicken cross the road? Because that's exactly what this chicken was trying to do. And they say because it was trying to get to the other side. And all this time, my whole life, even my son, I want to make a joke with him and ask him, hey, why did the chicken cross the road? And you might be laughing, and you might really know why the chicken, and a lot of people will say, they have all kinds of answers. Oh, because he went and did this, or the chicken went and did that. But mainly it's because he wanted to get to the other side. And it's so funny. My whole life, I thought it was such a stupid little joke. And but when I looked it up on my dream definition, then I decided, what does that mean about why did the chicken cross the road? So I kind of checked that out because it's exactly what was going on. What does it mean when a chicken crosses the road? To get to the other side. But, like the other side, and then there's singers out there breaking onto the other side, breaking onto the other side, break. So there's that guy. I'm horrible with names. I know some songs, but so yeah, I don't even want to try to guess. I would be off. I think I know who it is, but I don't want to put myself out there right yet. It's somebody I actually like their music. It's kind of funny. So anyway, with the chicken thing, like it's kind of funny because like when you pass away, you're going on to the other side, so it's kind of funny. They were purposely, the joke is that they were really trying to get killed. And I'm like, squish. And, so I did actually, my dream was later on in that dream, the chicken didn't quite make it. It just was like, it was the end of that chicken. But, I wonder if those chickens, like that I seen, I mean, it's kind of funny here, they weren't caged up and they weren't fenced in, and I'm like, these chickens are out here. So it is interesting, not just with numbers, how the universe communicates with you, it's through, your dreams, so you really, not everybody is a believer of these things, like I know I talked to my therapist not too long ago. I told her about dreams. She's just like, what did you dream about? I ain't telling you. So it is kind of funny how people can be at times, where they, sometimes you're not really supposed to tell some dreams, because maybe there's some information that they'll be able to figure out about you, like, what did that dream mean? So it's kind of like you, sometimes it's best to probably keep your dreams secret unless you really trust somebody. I do share some of my dreams with someone out there, where it is interesting. I believe I was a red dragon before, and I can't even remember what that meant, but that was awesome, where I looked down and I seen my like imagine that you look down and you see your feet and they're freaking dragon feet. That is so cool. Why would so anyway, numbers are really important, like I'm gonna have to look up the 33 again, and like I said, I did do the 825 recently, and numbers are all over. I told a homeless person a while, look, 420, you know what that means? Want some? The cops have codes, so I do realize, I'm trying to think of her name, I couldn't remember it before. But I know when I went through my spiritual awakening, I love the movie. It was a female. Man, it's funny. I think of stuff and then I forget it. So if you got any tips on memory, like I really need some help with my memory here. But I can't remember her name. Lucy. Lucy, the movie Lucy. Yay, I got it, Lucy. But when you go through a spiritual awakening, you might feel like a little bit like Lucy. If you ever watch that movie, it's one of my, I love that movie. And also there's Paycheck. I loved that movie. That's a good movie. I can't get it on Netflix, but it's a movie that I love watching. I love the actor too. I don't know what his name is. But Lucy, she was able to tap into some stuff, holy cow. But when you go through a spiritual awakening, that's pretty much, I'll tell you, you change. You're not the same person anymore, and you're able to, and that's what was going on with me when I had my spiritual awakening, is like the police codes were going on their scanner, and I was like, getting some downloads there. So it is interesting how, the ambulance, they got their codes, the police department, they have their codes, so, and that's what I was calling all these numbers before, was codes. I'm like, ooh, what are these codes? Like the 9/11, and it is interesting with that number and how all that happened, and, everybody's got what they think happened or what caused all that to happen at 9/11. And, so really, you do have to pay attention to those numbers all over, somebody, I just watched a video not too long ago, and I never thought of it, even at the grocery store, you might be looking at fruit or vegetables, imagine it says, $3.33, $3.33 for that, or $8.88, or a lot of times you see the $9.99, in a store, so you gotta pay attention. I seen the 888 today on somebody's car, but you want to really check out the ones that really pop out, and that's why those ones really stand out, because they're, they repeat themselves. In numerology, I was learning, one of my brothers was in numerology, with your birthday and all that means something, your first name, middle name, and last name. And I have a middle name. So, my middle name is because of a country singer, a female country singer. And it's funny, so mine actually starts with an L. So I'll let you figure that one out. Yep. So, so numbers, and, it's a mathematical, everything is mathematical out in the world, so numbers really have a big importance out there. And I'm trying to think of these people, I get information, but it's hard. I struggle with this. They're in parades all the time, but they're with the secret society people. I can't remember mine. They have their own, I think they have their own Bible. I think my brother has their Bible, but they're all about the numbers and stuff, if I get my information correct on that. So they know about numbers, so it is really important to check those numbers out. Pay attention when you're driving. You might not be paying attention. Maybe you're distracted thinking about different things, even on your receipt. I went to the store one time, and the lady or a guy that was in front of me, he had like lotto tickets, he had some food and different things, a combination of different stuff, and then I was behind him, and guess what his came out to be? $9.99. I was like, it's like, really? Where sometimes I get the it's awesome. I don't know what this means when you get, like, in the morning, it's like 10:10, later on 11:11. The other day I had the 11:11 twice, and then what was it? 10:10, 11:11, 12:12, 1:11, and it skipped the 2:22. I was waiting for the 2:22. It didn't show up, and then I went to go get gas. And then, the vehicle that was parked in front of me at the gas pump had 222 on the license plate. I was like, no way. And then it skipped the 333, and then it went to the 444, and I don't think the 555 hit. So I've had some days where I hit all of them, boom, 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 all through the day, up to 555. Of course, unless you got those military alarm clocks, it's digital kind. I had one of those, but I didn't know how to set it up. I know how to tell the time on those, but it would take me a while to figure it out, because then they would have the 666, 777, 888, 999. So it is interesting. So you really do, you want to pay attention. Everything is right in your face. It is. Everything is just right in your face. And it's like putting your glasses on for the first time, where everything kind of goes into focus. You're like, oh, that's what this says. I can read this now. Wow. So other times, it might be kind of, like where the more you pay attention, and depending on what you do, that's why it's so important to go and do different things, that way, like today I went to the same hiking place, but I went on a different trail, and I got to see where beavers, I couldn't make up my mind if it was a beaver or woodchuck. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood? It was probably a beaver because it was near the pond where it was chewing all this wood. At first I was thinking of a woodchuck. So he was quite hungry out there eating all that wood. Man, his teeth must be woo. So it is interesting, like I might have a dream today because I've seen all this stuff, and it goes into your, I don't know if it goes in your subconsciousness or subconscious mind or whatever, and somehow or another comes out in your dream state. So like studying your dreams is so important. I get information from the universe all the time, every single night almost. Knock on wood. So I've been doing this for a while, from last year to this year, and really I think maybe only 2 nights, I wasn't able to have any dreams, and I get so disappointed. I'm like, no dreams. So I look forward to studying my dreams. Like I know last night I seen, now you're might look this up to find out what this means, but it was beautiful though. I was like, they had an area where I was, and some of it I didn't like. I don't know what the like I gotta look it up and see what it means, because it doesn't mean it's a bad thing, even though you might not like something. I'm like, why were they putting me in that place? I don't want to go there. So it was funny because they had the road where, they must have took a day where they let the kids just do sidewalk chalk all over the street. Imagine just driving on the street and it's just got sidewalk chalk, all beautiful colors and all different kind of artwork, from all these different kids. Like they must have had fun doing all this artwork, so I got to check that out, find out what that means. I didn't really see anything. And it is interesting with dreams where, not too long ago, I get police officers, and it's so weird. Like, there was a time a while back where, in the middle of winter, where for a few weeks, where I had people saying my name, like either my first name, Kathy, or Kathy Dingman. I'm like, what is up with this? How come, I got all these people saying my name in my dream, so it is interesting when these things happen. And not too long ago, I had police officers wanting to talk to me, and I ignored them. I just kind of went along, acted like I didn't know that they were coming after me, not that they were running after me. I was like, the police officers, I got better things to do than worry about them. And where they actually had me on their scanner, and they didn't actually have my name Kathy, they actually had Starlight, and that's never happened in my dreams. So I'm like, they had Starlight. They were looking for Starlight, not Kathy this time. Wonder what Starlight did. Starlight's the good girl. Kathy's the one that's always getting in trouble. Blame it on Kathy. Kathy did it. I don't think that's going to work with them. So anyway, you really got to pay attention to what's going on in your everyday, like everyday world, and that's why it's so important to get out. Today is Thursday, and tomorrow will be Friday, and tomorrow I won't be able to do that hiking trip like I would like to tomorrow because I have a couple appointments, and so that means tomorrow I'll be out jogging in the morning, and then I'll go to my appointments, see my therapist, play some mind. No, I'm funny. She's funny. I gotta laugh a little bit on that one. So yeah, it is so funny. I look forward to seeing my therapist, but yeah, I like studying her as much as she likes studying me out. So it is kind of funny. I'm a funny girl. All good though. But anyway, I do love you. So, just pay attention, like when you go out, like look at your receipts. How much did something cost? Like in the store, as you're going through, and if the same number kind of pops up here and there, like, hey, like I seen, you'll be like, wow, this is really tripping me. And sometimes they are so in your face that you're like, wow, I mean, like, and that was happened to me a while back, and I've been getting 1111 a lot lately. 1010 I get a lot, and 444, and today was definitely the 333 day, so it is really interesting with those numbers, and you want to look more than one video up when you actually see this, don't just look up one video, because they got other videos that have other information that really can help you out. And I have certain ones that I really like, the YouTubers that do their videos, so check it out. I'm telling you, if you feel lost in the world and you really want answers, I'm telling you, it's the way God, like the universe, will guide you. It is a trip. You'll be on a whole new trip. You don't even need LSD at all. I'm telling you, you won't need to trip out on that anymore after you find out that the universe is trying to guide you and stuff like that. And I met other people that they actually said they were being guided, but I believe they were being guided on a false light, one that's like, there is such a thing like that. My daughter was doing that. You really definitely don't want to be doing, if something tells you to do something, it is absolutely wrong, do not do it. That's not the universe. I believe that there is definitely a false light out there that is getting people to do other stuff. My daughter was going through it. We both went through our spiritual awakening at the same freaking time, like we were going through similar stuff. So it is really amazing how this stuff works. And but she was totally doing different things, I'll tell you. And it wasn't she really ran with these numbers though. I told her about the numbers, and once I told her, she would shoo, there, where did she go? She started looking them up, and kind of some bad stuff happened, because of it, because there's a false light out there. So you do have to make sure when the universe is telling you, the universe has got your back. The universe is going to want you to be your greatest version. The universe isn't going to tell you to, go in the store and, do some crazy stuff, and it's just something how the universe does things differently. And I will be having more my spiritual awakenings. I do want to do them in order form, so I actually have to figure out, and I got my notebooks of all the dates, when these things happen. Sometimes I actually went through the 5D. I went in the fifth dimension one time on a spiritual awakening. Woo! It was funny. That I actually called 911 on that one, and I was watching, and it triggered me. I was watching videos and learning about the 3D, 4D, and 5D, and then before you know it, I was watching videos one day, and I was getting stoned, and I was in the love frequency, and then I called the cops up. I don't know why I did, but I did call the cops up, and it was so funny. They came to my apartment, and it was so funny. Well, I don't even know what they think of Starlight at all. So that was a trip. So that was just a teaser there, the 5D spiritual awakening that I went through. But I love you so much. I was like, it is really awesome. I can't wait for my next spiritual awakening. I really can't. I'm like, universe. Yeah. I love it. My daughter doesn't like it at all. She does not like it. But I do. I get high on it. It's like, woo, that was good. I want some more. I got some more of that. So anyway, I do. I love all of you so much. And you take good care of yourself and really pay attention to those numbers, check them out, pay attention when you're driving, look around, you'd be surprised at the numbers that you see, especially with license plates or even in the stores or anywhere, everywhere, on bulletin boards, or, on the, I don't know what they call them, the billboards on the side of the road, there might be numbers or information. I even read signs everywhere. I do. I check out name of street signs, I went past one today that said Woodstock. I was like, yes, I love Woodstock. So I do. I look at all these different, like looking for information that the universe has. One time I was driving, when I went sledding, I had a ball, and on my way there, there was a street sign that said Egypt. I'm like, Egypt, here we come. That's where I desire to go. That's like one of the places I've always dreamed of going is Egypt. So amazed by all that stuff. So anyway, I love all of you, and you make sure you're taking good care of yourself, and pay attention to those numbers all over, wherever you have them. So make sure you get out hiking somewhere, bring some munchies, bring some water, make sure you get some nice water. I had to bring all my water in from my car because it's getting warm. I don't want to drink warm water. And so anyway, you can like this video, give it a thumbs up, you can share, you can subscribe. Don't forget the notification bell, and you can leave a message down below this video. And also you could send a message to me if you want to see those pictures. I will be sending pictures out on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So those are two places if you want to see me hugging trees. I was out there hugging trees today. I'm a tree hugger. And anyway, I do love all of you. You make sure you're being kind to yourself. Like if you're not being kind to yourself, I'm going to be right there. I'm going to say, hey, enough of that. Stop doing that. So anyway, I do love all of you. You enjoy the rest of your day. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.